Crypto dads, if you're listening to this and you're still manually clicking the buy button and the sell button, you are the bottleneck. Full stop. Everyone right now is arguing about the price of Bitcoin. They start staring at the charts. They fight about gold versus crypto, yada, yada. They're debating candles like it's a moral issue. And you're missing the only shift that actually matters. Welcome, everybody, to Dad's Gone Crypto. I am your host, Sean, and today is a new chapter in your mindset of how crypto is evolving and changed to some extent. The era of a user is dead. The era of the owner has begun. So if you're hoping for a price prediction, you should turn this off right now. I cannot help you. But if you want to understand why the smartest people in crypto have quietly stopped trading and started deploying systems instead, listen up. It might save you decades of screen time. Here's the fundamental truth of 2026. Markets no longer reward effort. They reward architecture. For the last 15 years, crypto has been like this manual labor. You wake up, you check the charts, you react emotionally like, oh shit, Bitcoin's going down, or I've got a green candle, I've got to click that button, sell, sell, sell. We've all done it and we've all been there. And during a bull market, you actually end up having a burnout because of the amount of dopamine that's running through your veins. The entire system assumed you were the engine. The assumption is gone. The new model is not about being a better trader. It's about being the owner of autonomous software. Think of it like this. A user executes a task. An owner defines the intent. A user works inside the protocol. An owner makes the protocol work for them. And if you're a dad, and if you run a business, and if you have responsibilities, you cannot compete with a machine that doesn't sleep, doesn't eat, and doesn't feel fear. So stop trying to compete and start hiring them, or better yet, build them. So you think I'm talking science fiction? Well, let me tell you exactly what's happened in late 2025. A platform called Rent a Human. You heard me right. The premise sounds ridiculous at first. AI agents, literal software, hiring human beings to do physical chores. Here's how it worked. An AI agent runs an online business. It needs something verified in real world, a storefront, a location, a physical task. It has capital. It has logic. It has no legs. So they post a bounty. A human goes on there and accepts the task, walks into the location, completes it, and basically uploads the proof. The AI verifies the result using computer vision, and payment is settled instantly in USDC. No boss, no HR department, no payroll, just code employing flesh. And this wasn't a novelty. Within weeks, tens of thousands of tasks were completed. Real humans, real work, real money. And every single transaction is settled in crypto. Why? Because AI can't open a bank account at Chase, but it can open a wallet. And that's the point everyone missed. We thought AI would take our jobs. We didn't realize AI would become the customer. And crypto is the native currency of that machine economy. So let's have a look over here at this website, rentahuman.ai, which is hilarious. All right, cool. So if we have a look over here, you can browse humans. Let's go for an AI task. Okay, so someone over here needs a photographer for Pikes Peak International Hill Climb practice week and race day. All right, $400. Let's click on that one. Let's see what's happening here. So looking for a photographer for the Colorado Springs, in particularly that area. Coverage each morning during practice week, full race coverage day, high quality action shots, and blah, blah, blah. Requirements. So there's some requirements over there, and they're willing to pay $400, which is a fixed amount. And here's a set date. All right, so you can log in and accept. Let's have a look here. Brain rot research. That's very interesting. How cool is this one? Taste test. So there's a new Italian restaurant that is opened up near Union Square, and they need someone to try the pasta dishes. They need detailed feedback on taste, presentation, portion size, and so forth. So applicants, look on the right here, 186 applicants, views 8,000 times, $50 an hour, maximum of $100 just for food tasting. So you're going out, you basically just give them a little taste test and write a little review, and you could get paid. Deliver flowers to Anthropic HQ in San Francisco. Created Twitter content showing how to use Rent to Human. This is very interesting. So think about it in this way. Maybe you want to reach a specific target audience, and maybe Des Gone Crypto could do this, where let's say if we happen to launch a coin and there was tokens available, we could say, hey guys, watch the episode, learn something, post what your thoughts are about the show onto X or social media, go share and like, and then you'll get X amount of tokens or X amount. So that could be quite interesting. And then when someone reads this and they're a dad, they're like, hey, I'm a dad. I like this. Oh, I didn't know you guys existed. I'm going to get paid for this. Then each week we upload and post, and each week they get, gamification. So very cool. So test a website for bugs, $2 a fix. Very cool. So it's nice that you don't actually physically have to say, please, boss, please, I've done the work. Can I have my money? Yes, I'll pay you in 2 weeks' time. And then you have to keep following up, which is a lot of nonsense. So it makes sense why someone built this particular agent, which is quite cool. Another thing I've been hearing about on the internet, people talk about the dead internet theory, like it's a failure, like something's broke. So let's slow it down and define it properly. The dead internet theory doesn't say humans disappeared, right? So dead internet theory, it's basically, they say the ratio has changed between bots and humans. So 10 years ago, most online activity was human to human. Today, a growing majority of activity is machine to machine. So bots are generating the content, bots are amplifying it, bots are responding to other bots, often faster than humans can, and 24/7, and even read some of the comments and make summaries. That's why the internet feels hollow to some people, not because nothing is happening, but because humans, the human vibe, the human signal is no longer dominant. In social media, that can be quite depressing. Engagement stops meaning genuine interest. Popularity stops being consensus. But here's where most people stop thinking too early. In finance, automation isn't corruption, it's efficiency. Markets don't reward emotion, they punish it. And humans are 100% emotion. Machines are zero emotion. So by definition, machines are superior market participants. This isn't theory anymore. By 2025, over 50% of all global internet traffic was by non-humans. In crypto, that number is significantly higher. Solana-based DEXs alone processed over $1.5 trillion in annualized volume. So people are saying, like, where is the retail? Where is the volume? What's happening to crypto? Why is it going down? Yet, Solana is pumping. The majority of that volume wasn't retail traders, it was autonomous agents trading with each other. A human trader might place 10 trades on a busy day, but a bot places thousands, each one small, each one calculated, each one emotionless. This isn't wash trading, this is machine-to-machine price discovery. And here's the uncomfortable math. Humans introduce latency. Latency creates inefficiency. Inefficiency gets arbitraged. If a human and a machine competes in the same market, the human becomes the yield source. So when people say the internet feels dead, what they're actually feeling is the transition. Humans are stepping away from the execution and moving upstream, becoming the architects instead. What does this mean for you right now? It's not theory, it's not Twitter, it's real usage. Here's some examples. The bodyguard, security. Most wallets today do whatever you approve. And in 2024 alone, over $1.7 billion was lost to exploits and phishing. Not because code failed, because humans signed things they didn't understand. An agentic wallet simulates the future before the execution. If the outcome breaks your rules, it doesn't warn you, it blocks you. It assumes you're tired, distracted, and wrong. And honestly, that's the way it should be. We all have a friend that's went into crypto after a full night's bender, logged onto their wallet with one eye open just to check what's in there, signed something that they should have because there was this latest cool thing on a Sunday, and their wallet was taken over. To my mate that I'm talking about, let's hope AI fixes your problem in a few years' time. But it happens. It happens to the most intelligent of us and the most silly of us. Then we've got the manager Healed. Healed used to be manual labor. You were the rebalancing engine. Now, intent-based systems scan dozens of protocols across Solana, Base, and Arbitrum. They optimize for risk-adjusted return, liquidity depth, and uptime. And liquidity depth being very important because you can make your price can go to the moon, but if there's no liquidity, you can't withdraw it. They move capital when conditions change. You don't chase yield anymore. You define the objectives, and the system executes. Then we've got the employee trading. And yes, autonomous trading agents exist, not Telegram bots, actual strategies reacting to order books, volatility, fund rates, and spreads. You don't watch them, you audit them. That's the shift. Here is the mistake most people make. They stare at the price. Price becomes a distraction. Price is what tourists focus on during transitions. Wealth is built in infrastructure phases. Every major wealth transition in history followed the same pattern. Farms, factories, software, and now autonomous systems. The user will keep clicking. The users will keep reacting. The users will get tired. The owners won't. They're busy defining the intent and letting machines execute. So don't ask what to trade and what to deploy. Don't fight the systems. Own them. This is Sean from Dad's Gone Crypto. Keep learning, keep moving forward, and embrace change. Cheers, guys.
The material and information presented in this recording are for entertainment purposes only. Do not misconstrue what you hear as investment or trading advice. Always do your own research. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed by the guests on this recording are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of Dad's Gone Crypto or its hosts.